Hello everyone, welcome into my channel. I hope you're doing wonderful. It's a Sunday morning and I've got something on my mind that I woke up with, and it does come from part of my religious upbringing. Um, Welcome all religions, belief systems. Yes, I'm going to get my nails fixed today. They are breaking off. So I'll have that done this afternoon, but this is the message that's ruminating as I've been asking the angels, what is it that we need to know or talk about today? And I was thinking about how all these years I used to spend so much time in ministry at the church. I was worship leader. I'd get there at 5 o'clock in the morning, open the doors, close the doors. I mean, I was indoctrinated in it for most of my life. Um, and I left it all a few times in my life. I've been in and out. And I was thinking about why do people not get what they want? Like they're asking for things and they're not getting it. And then I started remembering a Bible verse, and so I'm just going to read it to you. Um, James 4:3 says, "When you ask, you do not receive because you ask with the wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." Older translations, like the King James Version, phrases it like this: "Ye ask and ye receive not, because you ask amiss, that ye may spend it on your pleasures." So I think the idea of it is that, gosh darn it, we can be pretty selfish people sometimes, can't we, Shan? I'm talking to myself here. I'm thinking about the things that I'm so glad I didn't get. I'm so glad I didn't get some of these things that I asked for. You know what I mean? I don't know what that flashing light is that's coming on the screen, but we're just gonna let it be whatever it is. You guys see that? I don't know where that's coming from. There's like, see it? I don't know where that's coming from. Interesting. Anyway, so sometimes we ask with the wrong heart. We can be asking with pride, with a prideful attitude or a bad attitude, instead of seeking for what's right. Sometimes God says no or waits because he gives us a little more time to grow up and mature. Or sometimes our goals and what we're asking for are selfish and they would only feed our own bad habits or pride. So, yeah, I'm hearing yes, that's the message. So if you're not getting what you want, if you're not manifesting, check your heart. My little miss scratched me up pretty bad there, didn't she? My little kitten. So we're not getting, some of us aren't manifesting because we're asking for the wrong things, or some things that could hurt others or hurt ourselves, or we're asking out of pride. And if we would to get everything we asked for, it could be detrimental, right? So this is a heart issue and a maturity issue. I'm seeing an example of Christmas presents, asking Santa Claus for gifts. Sometimes you don't always get what you want for Christmas. The answer is no. And there could be because you're being selfish. We can't really afford that. That would put us in debt for a long time to buy that gift just for a selfish reason. Um, Sometimes we get turned down for loans for vehicles or houses, or I'm hearing an apartment because the apartment's haunted and you don't know it. Like sometimes your angels are giving you detours and like going, no, 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 oh Lord, you're like really you can have anything you want in this world. You have free will, okay? But the 444 on the clock there, your angels are saying that you're asking amiss for some of us. Now, this is a general reading. Don't be offended if you don't appreciate these readings. You don't have to be here. But if you do appreciate them, thank you for joining us. We're going to pull some tarot about this topic. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and the videos. That help support the algorithm and get the videos out there. Okay, so we're not getting what we want because we're asking amiss. And we need to get that fixed. It's just a heart adjustment, or a patience issue, or a maturity issue. All right, let's get some tarot. What's going on? Page of Swords. A studious mind. Having a learner's mind. Walking a tightrope. So we're talking about learning here. You know, reading the fine print. What are we asking for? Now, we did a video recently and it's called what you want wants you. Okay, and that is true. So I want us to stay balanced here, because we're trying to learn to become better manifestors. That's the reason for the reading, okay? You're going to have a studious mind. You're going to have to learn to read the small print, I'm hearing. Get your readers out, your bifocals if you need to, and read that shit, is what I'm hearing. All right, this card is the card that's coming out as the heart of the reading. So the Four of Swords, and we had 444 on the time earlier. Four of Swords is an energy of just getting more rest after a heartbreak. You know, she's in her little nest, safe, but she's got her heart wrapped up there. It's a bit of a card of isolation and healing, but healing of the mind and a healing of the heart. Four of Swords comes in whenever you need to stand in your truth and let something go that was not really for you, a heartbreak. Okay? So whatever you were asking for, give it a rest. If you're not getting it, give it a rest, because what you want wants you, and it will come to you if your intentions and motives are true and correct. Okay? It comes down to the frequency of your intentions, your motivations, and your maturity. So what's the crossing energies with this Four of Swords? It's either helping you or hindering us. We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse, as well as the Six of Wands in the reverse. Let's put them in the upright. In the upright, you know, it's victory and success, walking away from what's not really for you. Just turning your back on it, putting your wish out there and seeing if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and going towards your true wish fulfillment. So it's like letting something go that was maybe something you thought you wanted. You know, there's a cup there. It was either, you know, something with emotions. It could be creativity that you had. You turn your back on it. You're going towards something that gives you victory and success, that you can get success in. If it's in the reverse, they're very similar, but it feels a little more like a stuck energy. In the reverse, this would be not walking away for what's not really working out for you. It's not meant for you, and it's being Six of Wands in the reverse is ego and pride. It's Leo energy. So it's the shadow side of Leo and the shadow side of Scorpio. And we talked about the man-eater, the manticore in a reading just a couple days ago. That is in my video files just this past week. Might want to check that out. So, you know, we need to give something a rest. And we're not wanting to walk away from it. So it's hindering you, because it's rooted in ego. Okay? So what is in your headspace? What are you thinking about? Knight of Swords in the reverse. This is impatience. It's quick thinking. It can also mean that you're going to be moving on very quickly. But again, I don't love these reversals, you guys. In your mind, in your thinking, it's got some stinking thinking. Because the Knight of Swords in the reverse is just a ruthless person who really wants their own way. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it. They can have a very sharp tongue, be very cold and calloused, and they don't really care. This is an immature person. Since it's a knight, they're not fully mature yet. They don't know any better. All they know is that they want to get, you know, they want what they want, and that's it. And you're probably not going to stop this person, whoever's thinking this way. There's nothing that can really stop them But the thing is that it leads to frustration, because the heart of the reading is we're being disappointed because we're not truly getting what we want or manifesting what we want, because we're manifesting out of the wrong intentions or the wrong heart, or out of pride, or trying to rush, or trying to, be manipulative even. These are all minor arcanas. These are minor things that, we just need to work through in this thing called life. What happened in the recent past? What happened in the recent past? The Devil card and the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Something's taking too long. Somebody didn't have patience to wait. Look at the Earth energy. These are material matters. The hardest working night takes forever to get there. I'll get there when I get there. Devil cards asking you by Saturn, you've got to take the time and the energy that it takes to manifest. This is decade energy. Capricorn is like decade energy. Ruler of the 10th house, your career, your legacy, your public image. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. Something that you've been working on for a long time has become toxic, and now you're thinking about letting it go. Something that you've been investing in for quite a long time, working very hard at, trying to manifest. There is something toxic attached to it with the Devil card here. And it's caused you to start to waver. Us, in general, we've all been there. This is a general reading for the collective. So I believe something has come to our awareness, and we saw this, that we're really being like a puppet on a string with whatever this is. Mind games. I don't know if I could get this to focus or not, but there is an image of a man right here with, sorry, it's so dark in here. I'm trying to figure out my lighting. Anyway, you can see right there, there's puppet strings, attachments, something you become attached to, that you put a lot of time and energy into. I think whoever this is for is starting to see what you wanted is toxic. It's funny because of this new horror movie that just came out. I talked about it on this channel before. It's called No. It's called Obsession. And they have a situation where a guy is in love with a fellow worker. They work at a music store. And he's too scared to tell her how he feels. And he really, really wants her. But he's too chicken to tell her how he really feels, and he's afraid of being rejected. So he ends up going to a metaphysical store. And I don't know what his intentions were exactly when he went there. He could have been going to maybe buy a love spell or something. I don't know. But he ends up buying a one-wish willow. And I have one here. I'll show it to you. I bought these off of Temu. I got like 6 of them. They're not the original ones. They're just knockoffs. But anyway, they look like this. And inside of there is a little stick like this. And you make a wish and you snap it in half. And then the wish can't be undone. And so what happened is this guy ends up wishing for this girl to, love him. And so she does, but she becomes obsessively loved with him, or it becomes a war where she's so obsessed. It's toxic. So I'm seeing that as an example. It's called Obsession. If you like horror movies, it's a good one. If you don't like horror movies, don't watch it. But be careful what you wish for. In that movie, he got what he wanted because he did a spell. He did a magic trick, like a love spell, and it worked. So In this day and age, with all this witchy stuff coming up, where the witches are coming back, there's all kinds of people who are playing with magic, and woof, baby, just be careful with that, because there are consequences whenever you play with the spirit realms. There are laws in the spirit realm that we're not intended to cross, and we can break the law in the spirit realm. And going against someone's free will is part of a deal breaker. Just an FYI. All right, so let's enough of that. Let's move in. What's the incoming energies? Thank you. We have the Two of Swords. Oh, I'm hearing Shannon. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to see that. See, now you got something that you don't want to look at. You're at an impasse. You got yourself all entangled. This is about the mind. Two of Swords. You stood in your truth. You went after what you wanted, and now you got what you wanted, and now you're caught in a trap. You're entangled. Now you're at an impasse. Oh, I didn't know that's what it was going to actually look like, because you weren't manifesting properly. You're manifesting with blinders on. Why don't you try this? Oh, my cat's going nuts. Sorry. Why don't you try this whenever you think you want something? Ask your angels to give you a visual of what that might look like, and make a list of pros and cons. And ask your angels for discernment. And we can use tarot if this is something that would really be beneficial for you. Okay? You have not, because you ask amiss. We don't want to be wasting our life here chasing things that don't want us, or not on our path, or meant for us. It could be why we reincarnate and come back over and over again. King of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't know what that was for. Anyway, let's go ahead. What is the situation? What is the situation? Situation. Oh, look at all those reversals. Ten of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse. What you thought was going to make you happy didn't. And now you're stuck in a trap with some unfinished business. The Ten of Swords in the upright, it means it's over. This happy situation, they mean the same thing. This is the happy bliss card. This is the backstab card. It's in the reverse. It's all upside down. Like, so to me, it's like somebody's not wanting to see the situation. Is that what you're wanting would actually make you very unhappy, and you would be entangled in some sort of karmic situation with the devil here that would not be in your best and highest good. You ask amiss. You're not getting what you want because you ask amiss. That's the situation. It almost feels like protection with this in the reverse, because you know how bad that feels to have a backstab. Ultimate betrayal. And it's like, it feels like Spirit's trying to protect you from disappointments and discouragement. So how are we being seen as the collective spirit angels? Two of Cups. We're being seen as soulmates. Interesting. I'm seeing this of a blending of more of both sides of yourself, your divine masculine and your divine feminine. But at the same time, we're trying to manifest partnerships, soulmates, and love, aren't we? So we're being seen as we're looking for soulmates, we're looking for love, we're looking for, this doesn't have to be, I'm just thinking it could be something that you love to do as well, like a partnership, like a passion project, something creative. If it's not actually like, a partnership, love, marriage, dating. But we're being seen like we're ready to meet the one. Are you ready to meet the one? Are you looking for a soulmate? because that's how we're being seen. So what is the hope or fear? The Fool card in the reverse. We don't want to be duped. We don't want to be fooled again. We won't be fooled again. The Who. Don't get fooled again. No, we don't want to get fooled again. We don't want to be, naive. The Fool card is the very first card in the tarot deck. It's the brand new journey. This is like someone taking a leap of faith without the consequences. And in the reverse, it's like, I'm afraid to take a leap of faith. I'm afraid to start over again. I'm afraid I'm not mature enough yet. I'm afraid I don't have the skill sets yet. There is a concern. That's a major arcana, Aries energy. You know, I'm afraid of standing in my independence on my own, pretending he's beside me. Strength card, Leo. The conclusion of the reading is have some self-control. The Strength card is the only card in the deck that trumps the Devil. So Spirit is saying in the past, you could be having someone from your past coming forward that's toxic. Could be a Capricorn too. It doesn't have to be. Sorry, Cappies. But they just, it's tarot, and in the tarot, you're associated with materialism and being attached to it. This is having some self-control about what you're asking for. If it's materialism, if it's love, because we could be bringing something back from our past even that's toxic that needs to be resolved. And I am picking up on a past life energy here. You know, I have a past life deck, and since we're going to go that way, since I mentioned it, we'll pull out some additional messages about that past life. Okay, your majors here are, your major arcanas are Capricorn and Leo. Okay, you could have that in your chart. You could be dealing with any of these signs, or it's just a general energy of resisting temptation. You ask Amiss. This is for someone, not everyone, okay? If you're not getting what you want, that could be why. Or it could be because you just need to mature. Depends on how old you are. Okay, so tell us about this past life karma. Where is this? We'll grab a few messages for those who are watching. Talk to us about past life karma. That could be affecting your hopes and dreams. One more shuffle. What is this past life karma here? Some of you, it has to do with the spouse. Okay, and that is how you were being seen. So what if you're trying to manifest back a toxic spouse? It already ended once. Maybe you're trying to think about reconciling with something that had a lot of betrayal attached to it. That would be asking Amiss. I mean, I'm not saying you can't reconcile with relationships, but I'm talking about healthy relationships. Like maybe you argued over, unfortunately, a passing of a child. I don't know why I just heard that. It caused the marriage to fall apart because of the grief. It's just an example. You split, you separated. You're praying about getting back together because there is genuine love here. You know, that would be something I would say would be a healthy reconciliation and a beautiful one. Or like a childhood high school sweetheart, something like that. You know, finding the one that was really, maybe you married the wrong one and it ended up wrong because you asked Amiss, and then you realized it after you got married that this person was not, you know, the spouse for you. Okay, so we need to slow it down a little bit and write down, like whenever I married my husband, I made a list of the things that I wanted, and then I did the best that I could. I was only 27 years old. And I got everything I asked for. Now, there were a few things I should have asked for that I didn't know to ask for. And that's where grace comes in. You know, love is the greatest tool of all. But anyway, so what was it in the past for those who are watching? Just grab a few messages. The trees. The trees. Interesting. Trees are a part of nature. It's earth, but it's grounding. Interesting. I don't know if I can understand that. Let's get some more messages. Could be the family tree. Let's see. We got lessons and blessings, and the spouse came out again. And then I'm thinking about the family tree. Lessons and blessings. So some of you are going through a lesson with a spouse for sure because it came out again. And you're going to have to ground yourself, get in nature with nature spirits. I think your answers are going to come there. You know, I'm seeing a picture of somebody who carved their name in a tree, initials. Interesting. My husband did that on my parents' property whenever he first married me. We were visiting there and they had a lot of trees. Maybe that's going to be a sign for you, okay? But here's the thing. There's a lesson here that needs to be incorporated. And when it is, a blessing will come. Be careful what you wish for. Hold back, okay? It could be a toxic job. It could be a toxic friend. It could be anything, you know, folks? But right now, the strongest energies are talking about family and love. We all need to be loved. And this is what you're being seen as. You just want to be loved and have a healthy partnership. But make that list. All right, so let's go ahead and get some actions and advice and close the reading. Actions and advice. Pisces, High Priestess, use your intuition. Okay, it's not a time to talk. It's a time to pray, meditate, and ask properly. And your intuition will guide you on how to manifest what you're looking for. Actions and advice. And we have the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Then you're going to get your wish fulfillment. But you're going to have to be very, very practical. Look, he's looking right at the High Priestess. You might be going to see a psychic, getting readings. This person can help you, guide you. If you need to book a personal reading with me, I work on transformation and change and truth on my channel. And so my website is in the description box below, and my rates are on my website. If you want to book a personal reading, reach out to me there, please. But yeah, you're going to have to be very clear about what you want, and honest, and mature, and diplomatic. Okay? And then you're going to get what you want, a wish fulfillment. But stop and think about it. Take some time. Pray, meditate. Make sure you're asking good questions and speaking your truth clearly and seeing clearly about what you truly, really want. And then you're going to manifest what you want. You're going to get what you want. That's your actions and that's your advice. Well, thank you for joining me. I really think I'll leave it there. If this has been helpful, don't hesitate to reach out for a personal reading or leave me messages and like the videos and subscribe to the channel. That'd be wonderful. And I think I know what this is, my computer flashing over here. I figured I should tell you guys that. The mystery lights. All right, folks. And watch out for this one wish willow. This guy. Be careful what you ask for. That's all I'm going to say. All right, till next time. See you later. Bye.